Welcome to session 14 of Sundarakandam learning series. We start with shloka 121. Tvam hi deva varishthasya Tvam hi deva varishthasya Marutasya mahatmanaha Marutasya mahatmanaha Putrastasyaiva Putrastasyaiva vegena Putrastasyaiva vegena Sadrishah kapi kunjaraha Sadrishah kapi kunjara Sadrishah kapi kunjara Sadrishah kapi kunjara Line by line. Tvam hi deva varishthasya Marutasya mahatmanaha Tvam hi deva varishthasya Marutasya mahatmanaha Putrastasyaiva vegena Sadrishah kapi kunjara Putrastasyaiva vegena Sadrishah kapi kunjara. Once more, let's chant it together now. Tvam hi deva varishthasya Marutasya mahatmanaha Putrastasyaiva vegena Sadrishah kapi kunjara. Once more. Tvam hi deva varishthasya Marutasya mahatmanaha Putrastasyaiva vegena Sadrishah kapi kunjara. So now, Mainaka is addressing Hanuman. Okay, we were in the middle of their conversation. Remember, he was giving many reasons as to why Hanuman should find rest on his peaks and then move forward. Does anybody remember what were the reasons given in the previous class? What were the reasons that we discussed? Does anybody remember? Shashwata, tell.
Ma'am, I remember reason.
Tell me.
Ma'am, we should.
Oh, your audio is breaking like anything. Type in the chat window. I hope I'll be able to see. Anybody else?
And because serving Athitis is a part of Sanatana Dharma, so he should accept the hospitality.
Serving Athitis, and more importantly,
Vayu helped him, ma'am. Vayu helped Mainaka.
Vayu helped Mainaka, and Sagara helped the Sagara. So, both owe some debt of gratitude. Right? So, Eshaha Pratyupakarartihi. So, he is a Pratyupakararti. He is desirous. He means here Sagara is desirous of returning the hospitality, returning the debt owed or repaying the debt owed. So, you have to accept it. So, Adhitikina Pujarha. What does that mean? A guest has to be revered. Why should a guest be revered? Because it is our Sanatana Dharma that a guest has to be revered. So, these are two reasons. Third reason, he also told, oh, you and I have a very Mahaguna Parigha Sambandha. We have a very special relationship. What was the relationship? The relationship wherein Vayu had helped him. Okay, so these are the three reasons that he had told that he had seen in the previous class.
And he is the Duta of Ikshvaku.
Correct. So, Ikshvakula Manartihi. So, Ikshvakula Sachivaha. So, we must help him. So, this also he says. These are exactly what Mainaka says. So, Sagara told me to do this, and I did it for Sagara because he asked me to do this for him. So, now how does Mainaka address Hanuman in this sloka? Kapikunjara, elephant among the monkeys. Okay. Tvam Deva Varishthasya Mahatmanaha Marutasya Putraha. Tvam, you. Deva Varishthasya. Devanam Varishtaha. Deva Varishtaha. Varishtha means supreme. So, among the Devas, the most supreme. Who is the most supreme here? Mahatmanaha Vayu. The great Mahatma Vayu. This is just for praise, okay? One can keep arguing. Agni only is great, Indra only is great, Vayu only is great. But here, Vayu is great to Mainaka because Vayu helped him, right? So, Devavarishtasya Mahatmanaha Marutasya. Marutaha refers to Vayu here. Putraha. Marutasya Putraha Hanuman. He indeed Vegena Tasyaiva Sadrishaha. In speed, Vegena. With respect to speed. Tasyaiva. His of his only. Sadrishaha. Equal. So you are equal to him in speed. So here he is praising Hanuman, saying you are Vayu's son. You are equal to him in speed. Then he continues his argument, which we can see in the next shloka. Okay, so the summary meaning is, oh Kapikunjara, you are the son of the great Deva Vayu, and in speed you are equal to him. Okay, that is the summary meaning. So now we'll move forward to the next shloka. If there are any doubts, feel free to pause and ask. Pujite tvai dharmagya, pujite tvai dharmagya, pujam prapnoti marutaha. Pujam prapnoti marutaha. Tasmat tvam pujaniyo me. Tasmat tvam pujaniyo me. Shruno chapyatra karanam. Shruno chapyatra karanam. Pujite tvai dharmagya. Pujam prapnoti marutaha. Pujite tvai dharmagya. Pujam prapnoti marutaha. Tasmat tvam pujaniyo me. Shruno chapyatra karanam. Tasmat tvam pujaniyo me. Shruno chapyatra karanam. Together. Pujite tvai dharmagya. Pujam prapnoti marutaha. Tasmat tvam pujaniyo me. Shruno chapyatra karanam. Once more. Pujite tvai dharmagya. Pujam prapnoti marutaha. Tasmat tvam pujaniyo me. Shruno chapyatra karanam. So now again he continues to address him by the words dharmagya, O one who knows dharma. So when obviously when Mainaka is addressing him as one who knows dharma, his intention is not just to praise, but to say that the Vyangya Artha or the meaning here is that he is going to say one point of dharma. So you know very well dharma. Since you know dharma very well, you will be able to understand and appreciate what I am saying, Hanuman. That is why he is addressing him as dharmagya. Okay, so when you want somebody to think wisely and make a decision wisely, you call that person, oh wise one. Okay, when you want a person to follow dharma as explained by you, then you will call that person dharmagya. Okay, Valmiki even teaches us how to call people. If you say, oh foolish one, Hanuman will not want to listen to a point of dharma. But if you say, oh dharmagya, Hanuman will automatically want to listen to him and say, oh yeah, let me see, let me hear him out. Okay, so oh dharmagya. Tvai pujite sati. The word sati has to be added because it's sati saptami. Tvai pujite. When you are worshipped. Tvai means in you actually, but when you are worshipped. Pujite. Pujitaha, one who is worshipped. Saptami vibhakti, it means when you are worshipped. Marutaha pujam prapnoti. Who is Maruta? Vayu. Pujam, worship. Prapnoti, attains. So when I worship you, Vayu gets the worship. So your worship leads to worship of your father. This is the point of dharma that Mainaka is trying to assert. When you want to pay a debt to the father, it's like, go give your father 100 rupees. You owe the father 100 rupees. Go give your father 100 rupees. The son will take it and give it to the father. No, same logic. Father has to be revered, so son will have to be revered in the place of the father here. Okay, tasmat, therefore, tvam api me pujaniyaha. Tvam api, you also, me, to me, pujaniyaha, are worthy of worship. Sorry. Therefore, you also are worthy of worship to me. Atra karanam cha shrunu. Here, the reason for it, atra karanam. Here, atra means here, karanam, reason. cha shrunu, and listen. So listen to the logic here. Listen to the reason here. Why do I have to worship you? Why are you worthy of veneration? Because I have to worship your father. Why should I worship your father? Now he's going to tell the same story which we already know, which we have already seen before, right? When I gave the background, I told the story. That story is going to now come. Okay. I hope the meaning is clear. So the meaning basically is when I worship you, your father gets worshipped. So you are worthy of worship. So, oh one who knows dharma, take my worship. Purvam krita yuge tata, Purvam krita yuge tata, Parvata pakshino bhavat, Parvata pakshino bhavat, Tehi jagmur disha sarva, Tehi jagmur disha sarva. Again, Tehi jagmur disha sarva, Garudanilaveginaha, Garudanilaveginaha, Purvam krita yuge tat, Parvata pakshino bhavat, Purvam krita yuge tat, Parvata pakshino bhavat, Tehi jagmur disha sarva, Garudanilaveginaha, Tehi jagmur disha sarva, Garudanilaveginaha. Together. Purvam krita yuge tata, Parvata pakshino bhavat, Tehi jagmur disha sarva, Garudanilaveginaha. Once more. Purvam krita yuge tata, Parvata pakshino bhavat, Tehi jagmur disha sarva, Garudanilaveginaha. Okay, so now he's telling the story. Hey Tata. Oh, here Tata refers to son. Tata is an exclamatory which can be used for father, revered one, elder, son. Okay, so here it is used for son. So who's calling whom son? Mainaka, being Vayu's contemporary, is calling Hanuman son. Hey Tata. So this is to say fatherly connection between you and me. Connection between the two fathers. Purvam Krita Yuge. Purvam, long ago. Krita Yuge, in Krita Yuga. Parvataha, the mountains. Pakshinaha, were with wings, not were birds, but were with wings. Abhavat, they were with wings. They, Garudanila Veginaha, were swift like Garuda and Anila. Who's Anila? Vayu. So they were swift like Garuda and Vayu. Sarvaha Dishaha Jagmuhu. Dik, Dishau, Dishaha. So Dishaha is Bahuvachanam, which means directions. So Sarvaha Dishaha. In all the directions, Jagmuhu, they went. Okay, so essentially, long ago in Krita Yuga, the mountains had wings and they were as swift as Garuda and Vayu. They went around in all directions unhindered. Okay, so that is the meaning of this particular shloka. Tatasteshu prayateshu devasangha saharshibhihi devasangha saharshibhihi bhutani cha bhayam jagmuhu bhutani cha bhayam jagmustesham patana shankaya. When we join and say jagmustesham patana shankaya. Okay. Bhutani cha bhayam jagmustesham patana shankaya. Bhutani cha bhayam jagmustesham patana shankaya. 124. 1 second. Let me just compare it. See. Together. Tatasteshu prayateshu devasangha saharshibhihi bhutani cha bhayam jagmustesham patana shankaya. Once more. Tatasteshu prayateshu devasangha saharshibhihi Bhutani cha bhayam jagmustesham patana shankaya. Once more. Tatasteshu prayateshu devasangha saharshibhihi bhutani cha bhayam jagmustesham patana shankaya. Is it clear? Any doubts in the chanting? Please ask if you have. Okay. Tataha. Then. Teshu prayateshu sati. Teshu. When these prayateshu were moving around, prayatana means prayata means to move around. So when these were moving, what are these? The mountains. So these mountains, you should imagine them with wings flying everywhere. When these winged mountains were moving everywhere, teshu prayateshu sati. Saharshibhihi, along saha rishibhihi, along with the rishis. Deva sanghaha. Devanam Sanghaha, Deva Sanghaha. Deva Sanghaha means collection of all the celestials, all the Devas. Bhutani cha. Bhutani refers to all the creatures. So, along with the Devas and the Rishis, all the creatures. So, not just normal creatures, not just snakes, animals, human beings, but even Rishis. Even Devas, that is why it says Saharshibhihi Deva Sanghaha Bhutani cha. So, along with Rishis, Devas, and all the creatures, Tesham Patana Shankaya, of their, Tesham means of their, Patana Shankaya, fear of falling. Bhayam Jagmuhu, experienced fear. So obviously, if mountains are flying everywhere, they'll knock off the beings on the earth, and therefore everybody was scared of the mountains falling, and thereby falling on them, and thereby they falling down. Okay, Tesham Patana Shankaya. So of their falling down. So next shloka. May I move forward? No doubts. Tatah Kruddhah Sahasrakshah. Tatah Kruddhah Sahasrakshah. पर्वतानां शतः क्रतुः पर्वतानां शतः क्रतुः पक्षांश्चिच्छेदवज्रेण पक्षांश्चिच्छेदवज्रेण I'll repeat पक्षांश्चिच्छेदवज्रेण तत्र तत्र सहस्रशः तातः क्रुद्धः सहस्राक्षः पर्वतानां शतः क्रतुः तातः क्रुद्धः सहस्राक्षः पर्वतानां शतः क्रतुः पक्षांश्चिच्छेदवज्रेण तत्र तत्र सहस्रशः पक्षांश्चिच्छेदवज्रेण तत्र तत्र सहस्रशः together तातः क्रुद्धः सहस्राक्षः पर्वतानां शतः क्रतुः पक्षांश्चिच्छेदवज्रेण तत्र तत्र सहस्रशः once more तातः क्रुद्धः सहस्राक्षः पर्वतानां शतः क्रतुः पक्षांश्चिच्छेदवज्रेण तत्र तत्र सहस्रशः ततः then Shatakratuhu. Who is Shatakratu? Question for all of you. Who is Shatakratu?
Indra, madam, Sahasraksha.
Correct. Sahasraksha is also Indra. Shatakratu is also Indra. Why is he called Shatakratu? Subhashri, did you know? Kratu means yajna. Shata means 100. Only if you perform 100 Ashwamedha yajnas, you can become Indra.
Indras.
This is the reason why Indra stole Sagara's horse. Sagara was very close to Indra Padavi. So he decided, if I suppress the horse, if there is no horse, how can he even complete the yajna? And therefore, he will not threaten my post. So Shatakratuhu, one who has performed 100 sacrifices. Not ordinary sacrifices, but Ashwamedha. Sahasrakshaha, as we all know, he has 1,000 eyes in his body. There was a curse. The story we'll get into some other time. So 1,000 eyes in his body, and therefore he is known as Sahasrakshaha. The symbolism actually of Sahas, let's forget the story. The story is in the Puranas. There was a curse and he got 1,000 eyes. Okay, that's fine. But the symbolism behind the story is important. When you are a Deva and you're chief of the Devas, not just an ordinary Deva, then you have to run all of creation very well. So you obviously have to be Sahasraksha. If you have 1,000 eyes, only then you can see what is happening in every part of creation. That is why Indra is revered. So there are some people who say that Sahasraksha is actually a result of a curse, but actually it is necessity for him to have 1,000 eyes in order to function effectively. So Sahasraksha, one with 1,000 eyes. That's why even in the Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha, we say one with 1,000 eyes. Why? Parabrahman needs to have all the eyes because he is present in every eye that sees. He is the light behind every eye that sees. So Sahasraksha. That way. Okay. So Sahasrakshaha Kruddhaha, angry. So Shatakratuhu Sahasrakshaha Kruddhaha, angry, having gotten angry. Tatra Sahasrashaha Parvatana. There, here and there. Okay. Sahasrashaha, in thousands. Parvatanam, of the mountains. Pakshan, the wings. Vajrena, with his Vajrayuda. Chicheda, he cut apart. He cut out. Okay. So he just cut out the wings of thousands of mountains with his Vajrayuda out of great anger. Okay. This anger also should be construed in the right way. When somebody is harming all of creation, obviously the protector of the creation has to do what is required to maintain the order, right? So that is why when Rudra destroys also, when we say Rudra destroys in anger, that anger is righteous anger needed for recreation to happen. In the same way here, when Indra destroys in anger, the anger is merely to facilitate the well-being of all the people under his protection. So does not mean Indra is some villain and Mainaka is some victim. Okay, Indra was also doing his job. Mainaka was also doing his job, namely having fun flying around with wings. Okay, so next we move on to next shloka. I missed a shloka. Samam upagatah kruddho. Samam upagatah kruddho. Samam upagatah kruddho. Vajramudyamya devarat. Vajramudyamya devarat. Tatoham sahasa kshiptaha. Tatoham sahasa kshiptaha. Shvasanena mahatmana. Shvasanena mahatmana. Samamupagatah kruddho. Vajramudyamya devarat. Samamupagatah kruddho. Vajramudyamya devarat. Tatoham sahasa kshiptaha. Shvasanena mahatmana. Tatoham sahasa kshiptaha. Shvasanena mahatmana. Together. Samamupagatah kruddho. Vajramudyamya devarat. Tatoham sahasa kshiptaha. Shvasanena mahatmana. Once more. Samamupagatah kruddho. Vajramudyamya devarat. Tatoham sahasa kshiptaha. Shvasanena mahatmana. Saha devarat kruddhaha. That angry Devaraja, that angry Indra. Vajram udyamya, lifting the Vajrayudha. Ma upagataha, approached me. Tataha, then aham, I. Mahatmana shvasanena, by the great shvasana. Shvasana sparshano vayuhu matarishvo sadagatihi, says Amarakosha in the first line for Vayu. Shvasana. Okay, that which is inhaled and exhaled. So that is Vayu's name. Shvasanena sahas. So Mahatmana Shvasanena, by the great Vayu, sahasa, immediately, kshiptaha, I was thrown. It is like a gust of wind blew, and through Mainaka, without even knowing where he was going, Mainaka was simply thrown, tossed about by Vayu's strength. All he knew was Vayu gave him wind beneath his wings to go to safety somehow. That's all. So the gratitude for Vayu remained. He was just simply thrown by Vayu. Shiptaha means thrown. It was not like Vayu took him gently, lifted him and dropped him into the mountain. He simply swept him away. Okay, that is what is being told here. Asmin lavanato ye cha, asmin lavanato ye cha, prakshiptah plavakottama, prakshiptah plavakottama, gupta paksha samagrascha, gupta paksha samagrascha, tava pitrabhirakshitah, tava pitrabhirakshitah, अस्मिन् लवणतो ये च प्रक्षिप्तः प्लवकोत्तमा गुप्तपक्षः समग्रश्च तव पित्राभिरक्षितः. Once more. अस्मिन् लवणतो ये च प्रक्षिप्तः प्लवकोत्तमा गुप्तपक्षः समग्रश्च तव पित्राभिरक्षितः. Once more. अस्मिन् लवणतो ये च प्रक्षिप्तः प्लवकोत्तमा गुप्तपक्षः समग्रश्च तव पित्राभिरक्षितः. Plavagottama, O supreme among the monkeys. This is how again now Mainaka is addressing Hanuman. Gupta paksha samagrascha. Paksha means wind. Gupta means hidden. Samagra means intact. With intact wings which were hidden. See, every other mountain had lost its wings. But Mainaka with hidden wings which were still intact. That is the meaning. Hidden wings which were still intact. Asmin lavanato ye. In this salty ocean, prakshiptaha was thrown. Tava pitra abhirakshitaha. By your father, I was protected. Or he was protected. By your father, I was protected actually. So, the meaning here is, with my wings intact, nothing happened to me. I was safely just thrown into the salty ocean, and because of your father, I was protected. Thus, Mainaka reveals the reason for his debt of gratitude to Hanuman. And therefore, he says, that is why you are Pujaniyaha. Because if I worship you, your father will be worshipped. Therefore, I must revere you. So next we move on to. So what is he saying? Tatoham manayami tvam. Tatoham manayami tvam. Tatoham manayami tvam. Manyo hi mama marutaha. Manyo hi mama marutaha. Tvaya me hyesha sambandhaha. Tvaya me hyesha sambandhaha. Kapi mukhya mahagunaha. Kapi mukhya mahagunaha. Tatoham manayami tvam. Manyo hi mama marutaha. Tatoham manayami tvam. Manyo hi mama marutaha. Tvaya me hyesha sambandhaha. Kapi mukhya mahagunaha. Tvaya me hyesha sambandhaha. Kapi mukhya mahagunaha. Together. Tatoham manayami tvam. Manyo hi mama marutaha. Tvaya me hyesha sambandhaha. Kapi mukhya mahagunaha. Kapi mukhya, O important one among the monkeys. Marutaha mama manyaha. The wind god is one who is revered by me. Mama, for of me. So, of me he is revered in the sense that my respect is due to him. Manyaha he, indeed. Tataha, therefore, aham tvam manayami. I will honor you. Manayami, I will honor you. Tvaya me eshaha sambantaha mahagunaha. Tvaya, with you, me, mine, my, eshaha, this sambantaha, relationship, mahagunaha, is great. Remember, this word Mahagunaha was used by Mainaka earlier also. Does anybody remember in which shloka? In Valmiki Ramayana, shlokas from words from one shloka get carried over some shlokas later and the meaning ties up. Does anyone remember which shloka number? Take a minute and rifle through your book and see where you can find that particular word used. A few shlokas before it was used. Tell me which
117, ma'am.
170. Read the shloka, please.
अस्माकमपि सम्बन्धः कपि मुख्यत्वयास्ति वै प्रख्यातस्त्रीषु लोकेषु महागुणपरिग्रहः.
Prakhyatastrishu lokeshu mahaguna parigraha, he says. So, between you and me also there is a sambandha. That is mahaguna parigraha. It is very valuable. So, again, now he says, this is what is valuable. What is valuable? Tvaya me eshaha sambandha. Between you and me, this sambandha is very valuable for this reason only. Thus, in the previous almost 7 shlokas, he has only justified why the sambandha is valuable. Okay, that is why the word Mahagunaha is used repeatedly 2 times. Okay, so Mahagunaha, one with great guna. One with great guna, here it means one which is very valuable. Very nice. So, next we go to 129. तस्मिन्नेवं गते कार्ये सागरस्य ममैव च प्रीतिं प्रीतमनाः कर्तुं त्वम् अर्हसि महाकपे तस्मिन्नेवं गते कार्ये सागरस्य ममैव च प्रीतिं प्रीतमनाः कर्तुं त्वम् अर्हसि महाकपे together. तस्मिन्नेवं गते कार्ये सागरस्य ममैव च प्रीतिं प्रीतमनाः कर्तुं त्वम् अर्हसि महाकपे. Once more. तस्मिन्नेवं गते कार्ये सागरस्य ममैव च प्रीतिं प्रीतमनाः कर्तुं त्वम् अर्हसि महाकपे. O Mahakapi, O great monkey, He Mahakapi. Asmin karye, in this work, evam gate, having reached this position, asmin karye evam gate sati. This is also sati saptami. In this work, having reached this far, tvam, you, pritamanaha sagarasya cha mamaiva cha. Pritamanaha, lovingly, wholeheartedly, sagaras and mine, sagarasya cha mama eva cha, sagarasya of sagaras, of sagara, mama eva cha, mine, pritim kartum arhasi, you accept, you give us pleasure, pritim kartum, do something loving to us, give us joy, pritim kartum arhasi. This is a very nice way of saying, what is he actually trying to say? Please accept my hospitality. If you accept my hospitality, you will be giving me joy, not vice versa. So this should be the attitude, no? When we give something, the purpose of giving is to experience joy in giving, and rather than giving joy to the receiver. So the way he says it is very nice. The sentence construction is very beautiful. See, I hope especially children are noticing. When you give something to somebody, it's my birthday, take a chocolate. Who gets joy in giving chocolate? The person giving chocolate should take joy rather than the person receiving chocolate. So the purpose of giving the chocolate should be to experience the joy of giving, not to see your face and say, I gave you a 5 rupee chocolate on my birthday. So I should at least get a 5 rupee chocolate from you on your birthday. That is not the transactional giving and taking. The giving and taking here is the joy is for the giver or the receiver, whom children especially tell me. Who is receiving joy, giver or the receiver? Shashwata. I do get your right. Giver, correct. The giver only receives joy. The taker is obviously experiencing some joy, but the real joy is for the giver. So, Preetim kartum arhasi. Do something which gives me joy. He's almost commanding him. You take my hospitality, give me joy here. Okay. So, tasminevam gate karye. So, you have done so much. He's also praising him a little in reaching this position. You have come to a place where you can accept the hospitality of both me and Sagara. If you are sitting in Lanka, or if you're sitting in Ayodhya, or if you're sitting anywhere else in this world, will I be able to offer the same which I'm able to offer you now? No, we have reached a unique position where I can offer you things. So when I'm offering you something, please accept and give me joy. That is what he's saying. So Sagarasya cha mamaiva cha preetim kartum. So not only me, give happiness to Sagara also. Okay. So, and another meaning, Asmin Karye Gati Sati. Anantarama Dikshitar says, it seems Mainaka and Sagara were waiting for years to think, how can we repay the hospitality? How can we repay the debt of gratitude that we owe? Thinking like this, they were waiting for years. So this was a blessing given to them by Lord Rama, that Hanuman was sent their way so that they could discharge their obligations to him. So this should be the attitude that we must also have when we repay our debts, it seems. Okay, so I'm moving forward. The meaning is clear. Three shlokas. Shramam mokshaya pujam cha. Shramam mokshaya pujam cha. Grihana kapi sattama. Grihana kapi sattama. Preetim cha bahumanyasva. Preetim cha bahumanyasva. Titosmi tava darshanat. Titosmi तव दर्शनात् एवमुक्तः कपि श्रेष्ठस्तं नगोत्तममब्रवीत् एवमुक्तः कपि श्रेष्ठस्तं नगोत्तममब्रवीत् once more एवमुक्तः कपि श्रेष्ठस्तं नगोत्तममब्रवीत् line by line श्रमं मोक्षय पूजां च गृहाण कपि सत्तमा श्रमं मोक्षय पूजां च गृहाण कपि सत्तमा प्रीतिं च बहुमन्यस्व प्रीतोऽस्मि तव दर्शनात् प्रीतिं च बहुमन्यस्व प्रीतोऽस्मि तव दर्शनात् एवमुक्तः कपि श्रेष्ठस्तं नगोत्तममब्रवीत् एवमुक्तः कपि श्रेष्ठस्तं नगोत्तममब्रवीत् together श्रमं मोक्षय पूजां च गृहाण कपि सत्तमा प्रीतिं च बहुमन्यस्व प्रीतोऽस्मि तव दर्शनात् एवमुक्तः कपि श्रेष्ठस्तं नगोत्तममब्रवीत् once more श्रमं मोक्षय पूजां च गृहाण कपि सत्तमा प्रीतिं च बहुमन्यस्व प्रीतोऽस्मि तव दर्शनात् एवमुक्तः कपि श्रेष्ठस्तं नगोत्तममब्रवीत् continues O Kapi Sattama, O greatest among the monkeys Shramam Mokshaya leave your fatigue aside, leave your effort. Pujam cha grihana, accept our worship, the offerings that we are making to you. Preetim, Preetim, Preetim Bahumanyasya. Oblige us by accepting our tokens of love. Tava Darshana Preetaha Asmi. So, by your sight, I am very pleased. Eva Muktaha, thus speaking, Kapishreshtaha Tam Nagottamam Abravit. The Hanuman thus spoke these words to the mountain, to the greatest among the mountains. Okay, just a second. So here the words are like these. First two lines actually are meant for Mainaka to say to Hanuman, please leave your fatigue aside, accept my hospitality, accept my love, and all the tokens of offerings of love that I'm showing to you. And I am very pleased by your sight. The next last line, Eva Muktaha Kapisreshta Stam Nagotamam Abravit, refers to the following words which Hanuman is going to speak to Mainaka. I hope the meaning is clear. It should be divided in two parts. Okay. The first two lines are for Mainaka telling Hanuman, therefore accept my offerings. I am very pleased by your sight. Mainaka now is being addressed to by Hanuman in the last line. Eva Muktaha Kapisreshta, one who was spoken to thus. Kapisreshta, the greatest of the monkeys. Tam Nagotamam Abravit, to that greatest among the mountains, he spoke. So the meaning is, having listened to these words from Mainaka, Hanuman is now going to talk. Clear? I hope it's clear and there is no confusion in the meaning. Okay, so I'm moving forward. Pritosmi kritamatithyam. Pritosmi kritamatithyam. Manyureshopaniyataam. Manyureshopaniyataam. Tvarate karyakalo me. Ahaschaapyativartate. Tvarate karyakalo me. Ahaschaapyativartate. I'll take the last line with the next shloka. So I'm going to take the two next slide also together and give the complete meaning. Tvarate karyakalo me. Ahaschaapyativartate. Pratikya cha maya datta. Pratikya, second line last. Pratigya cha maya datta. Pratigya cha maya datta. Nasthatavyamitare. 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 Line by line. Pritosmi kritamatithyam. Manyureshopaniyataam. Pritosmi kritamatithyam. Manyureshopaniyataam. Tvarate karyakalo me. Ahaschaapyativartate. Tvarate karyakalo me. Ahaschaapyativartate. Pratigya cha maya datta. Nasthatavyamitare. Pratigya cha maya datta. Nasthatavyamitare. Together all the three lines. Pritosmi kritamatithyam. Manyureshopaniyataam. Tvarate karyakalo me. Ahaschaapyativartate. Pratigya cha maya datta. Nasthatavyamitare. Ihantare. Ityuktva panina shailam. Alabhya haripungavaha. Ityuktva panina shailam. Alabhya haripungavaha. Ityuktva panina shailam. Alabhya haripungavaha. Jagamakashamavishya. Jagamakashamavishya. Viryavan prahasanniva. Jagamakashamavishya. Viryavan prahasanniva. Jagamakashamavishya. Viryavan prahasanniva. Two lines together. Ityuktva panina shailam. Alabhya haripungavaha. Jagamakashamavishya. Viryavan prahasanniva. Okay, so let's go for the Anvana. Pritaha. Next. Pritaha asmi aham. I am delighted. I am pleased. Who is pleased? Hanuman is pleased. Remember, these are the words spoken by Hanuman to Mainaka. Pritaha asmi aham. I am pleased. Atithyam kritam. Hospitality has been offered. So what is he saying? He has not sat on Mainaka's peaks, but he's saying Atityam Kritam. That means I have accepted your hospitality, not by standing on top of the peaks or resting. Just by hearing your words, I have been pleased. In my being pleased, your hospitality has been accepted. So the word is Atityam Kritam. So your hospitality is offered. It is done. Okay. So I'm already relieved of my stress. I'm already relieved of whatever fatigue I may be having just by your kind words. Eshaha, this, Manyuhu, unhappiness, anger, Upaniyatam, you may please let it go. In case Mainaka is feeling angry with him, why? One, when he first met him, what did he do? Directly with his chest, he just dashed into him. That could be a cause for anger. He could have been angry because after so much telling also, what did he do? He did not even sit for a minute to enjoy the fruits and to rest himself in the beautiful Mainaka peaks. Instead, he merely said, Atityam Kritam. Hospitality is offered. He should not think of him as being arrogant. Correct? If somebody says, come to my house, have lunch, have dinner, they call you, say 10 times, okay? And then you tell them, hospitality is done. Then how will they feel? That person is insulting me. He can't even come to my house and eat my food. And still he's saying hospitality is done. Who is he to talk like that? You think he's arrogant, no? So now he gives a logic also. Why he's saying hospitality is done, why he can't stop. Okay. So, but first he says, please don't be angry with me. We'll also say, no, somebody's offering us one thing after the other, one thing after the other, one thing after the other, and we can't take anymore. We'll say, please don't offer more. Don't be angry with me. Same. Don't be angry with me. Me karyakalaha tvarate. My schedule, karyakalaha, is being scheduled. It also means that assigned time for completing the work. His goal was within the day to cross over to Lanka. Within the nightfall, he has to be there. By Pradosha Kala, he aims to be there. He is running behind his schedule, he says. By talking to you, karyakalaha tvarate. The assigned time for completing my work is approaching quickly, hastily. Ahaha cha ativartate. Ahaha, the day. Cha ativartate is exceeding. The day is getting over quickly. My schedule is kind of running out. My time is running out. Schedule is getting over. My schedule is calling me. I have to go. Pratigya dattacha. I have given a vow. Whom has he given a vow? To the other Vanaras. That he will leap over to Lanka. So pratigya dattacha. Maya pratigya datta. I have given a vow. Antare iha na sthathavyam. In between, I will let nothing stop me. Antare, in the middle. Iha, here. Na sthathavyam. I should not halt. Viryavan Haripungavaha. The brave Haripungavaha, the bull among monkeys, chief of monkeys. Ityuktva, having thus said, Shailam Panina Alabhya. Next shloka it comes, no? Shailam Panina Alabhya. Touching the mountain with his hand. Pani, arm. With just his hand, he touches the mountain. Shailam Panina Alabhya. Having touched it, gently touched it. Akasham Avishya. Ascending the sky. Prahasanniva Jagama. Smilingly he left. So what was Hanuman's complete dialogue? Hanuman says, I am very pleased with you. Consider that your hospitality is done with. You have discharged your obligations. I am very happy with you. Please do not be angry with me that I have not actually physically accepted your obligation, your hospitality, because I am running a little behind schedule. The day is also progressing very fast. I have given a vow that anywhere I will not stop anywhere in the middle. So in the middle, I cannot stop here. Having thus said, Hanuman touched the peaks of the mountain gently with his hands, and he proceeded to ascend to the sky, smiling gently. Prahasanniva. With a gentle smile on his face, he ascended the sky in order to cross over to the sea. So from this, there is a very nice, let's do a little bit of an analysis. We'll take 5 minutes and do it. What do we learn from this actually? Hanuman's response to Mainaka.   What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this? Hanuman's response to Mainaka. What do we learn from this First, what does Mainaka represent? And therefore, what do we learn from this? We should think of it symbolically. When we're trying to do some work,
Ma'am, sometimes we are met with
Distraction.
obstacles, but they don't have any bad intentions for us. It's actually a very friendly obstacle. So how we deal with it is what it is, in the same friendly manner, respecting their wishes, at the same time not angering them also, and that's how we deal with the obstacle. So it's not a harm for us actually. It's all good intentions.
Very nice. So very well put. This is management 101 lesson that we learned from Sundarakandam. When well-meaning obstacles come in our way, we should not lose our temper. We should not shout at them, because these are allies. These people can be allies even later. You never know when if Hanuman may have needed Mainaka's help on the way back. So these are allies. More importantly, there is a great relationship between him and his father. So there is an existing connection between both, and the obstacle is a well-meaning obstacle. But if Hanuman had decided to rest there, that would have been contrary to his purpose. We discussed that in the previous class also. Mainaka just raised up. Hanuman could have sat there happily, saying, Amma, one place to finally rest. I've been flying for so long. I needed a break. How did this mountain appear here? And he could have just happily sunk onto the mountain peaks and rested there. But he didn't do that, because his focus was on his goal only. So we must also be equally focused on our goal. And even when some tempting distraction or some tempting well-meaning obstacle comes in our way, we must not allow it to stop us. The attitude should be handle it politely, but at the same time very firmly. Do not allow it to sidetrack us. Very nice. So the other two obstacles that we see will be slightly different. So that way Valmiki takes us through when you have a goal in mind. So actually the purport of Sarga 1 is when you have a goal in mind, three kinds of obstacles can come in your way. First kind of obstacle we have seen, well-meaning obstacle, which is not really trying to harm you. So how should you deal with it? He's taught us. The two other obstacles he'll teach us two more life lessons on how to handle obstacles. That is what Sarga 1 is about. Okay, so now if the meaning is, of this particular incident is clear, let's see what happens to Mainaka as a result of this. Do you think Mainaka benefits?
Yes.
How does he benefit? Why should he benefit first?
He is happy that Hanuman had spoken with him, and in a form he is Vayu.
Okay, so he feels that he's helped, he's discharged his obligation to Vayu to some way. But in doing this action, did Mainaka take a risk?
Yes, no, he was hiding, so which might be known.
Yes. So having
so
emerged
but-
from his hiding place, he is now risking the wrath of Indra. That's why Indra's Vajra. Indra has told him, be a Patala Parigha, be a Parigasaniva, be a what do you call? Be a beam that stops the entrance to Patala Loka. Instead of doing that, he is now floating up high in the ocean surface and fluttering his wings. So Indra just has to take 1 second for Indra to come and unleash a Vajrayuda on him. So he has taken a risk. Why did he take a risk? For Sagara's sake. Because Sagara told him, get up and be my Sachiva, he listened to him. Okay, so now, but Mainaka, therefore we'll see how he benefits, because Mainaka is also following Dharma. Mainaka's Dharma is what? What is the Dharma?
Showing the gratitude.
Showing gratitude. Thank you, Ratan. Showing gratitude only. Kritagyata, as Valmiki keeps telling, that is the Dharma that he has shown. So let's see what happens to him. Continues with what Hanuman does now. सपर्वत समुद्राभ्यां बहुमानादवेक्षितः पूजितश्चोपपन्नाभिर् sorry, there is one word missing. राशीर्भिरनिलात्मजः correctly. सपर्वत समुद्राभ्यां बहुमानादवेक्षितः सपर्वत समुद्राभ्यां बहुमानादवीक्षितः पूजितश्चोपपन्नाभिराशीभिरनिलात्मजः पूजितश्चोपपन्नाभिराशीर्भिरनिलात्मजः together सपर्वतसमुद्राभ्यां बहुमानादवीक्षितः पूजितश्चोपपन्नाभिराशीर्भिरनिलात्मजः once more सपर्वतसमुद्राभ्यां बहुमानादपेक्षितः पूजितश्चोपपन्नाभिराशीर्भिरनिलात्मजः. So why it is correct until Pujitaha cha upapannabhihi ashibhihi anilatmajaha. So that is why the repha is there. It is not Rashi, but it is Ashi. The repha is coming because of the visarga before it. Pujitaha cha upapannabhihi ashibhihi anilatmajaha. Not Rashibhihi, but Ashibhihi anilatmajaha. That is the padacheda. So let's look at the meaning. Saha anilatmajaha. That Hanuman, Anilatmaja, son of Vayu. Parvata Samudrabhyam Bahumanat Avekshitaha. Parvata Samudrabhyam Dvivachanam. By both Parvata, that is Mainaka, and Samudra, what the Sagra Raja. Bahumanat, with respect. Avekshitaha, one who was seen. So that Hanuman who was seen with respect by Sagra and Mainaka. Upapannabhihi Ashibhihi Pujitaha cha. Upapannabhihi, with appropriate Ashibhihi, with appropriate blessings. Pujitaha was worshipped. So both Sagara and Parvata are older than Hanuman. How do older people worship younger people? Older people cannot worship younger people by falling at their feet. So how can older people worship younger people?
Blessing.
Blessing. So, Pujit, how was he worshipped? By blessing, Ashibhihi. What kind of blessing? Upapannabhihi, Ashibhihi. Appropriate blessings. Not just some random thing like, so for Hanuman, nobody has to bless him, become wealthy, become successful, become the king of the world. For him, what makes him happiest here would be, may you attain success in your mission of finding Sita. So, he now had the added benefit, having converted an unwitting, well-meaning obstacle into a friend who now wishes well for him. Hanuman had achieved success. What did Hanuman do? Somebody who was an obstacle now wished him well in his mission to go forward and achieve what he wanted. Thus, by his diplomacy, he handled the obstacle so well that even they wished for his welfare only. Sorry, I went off ahead. Okay, so that is the meaning of this paragraph. So, stanza. Atordhvam duramutputya, utpatya, atordhvam duramutpatya, hitva shailamaharnava. Sorry, my text is, okay. Atordhvam duramutpatya, hitva shailamaharnavau, hitva shailamaharnavau, pituh panthanamastaya, jagama vimalembare, together. Athordhvam duramutpatya, hitva shailamaharnavau, pituh panthanamastaya, jagama vimalembare. Once more. Athordhvam duramutpatya, hitva shailamaharnavau, pituh panthanamastaya, jagama vimalembare. Atha, thereafter. Shaila Maharnavau. Dvivachanam. Shaila, mountain. Maharnava, great ocean. Both the ocean and the mountain. Dvitiya Vibhakti. Hitva, having given up, having left them. Urdhvam, high up. Duram, long distance. Utplutya, having leaped. So having leaped upward at a long distance after leaving the mountain and the sea behind, Vimale Ambare, in the clear sky, Pituhu Panthanam, his father's path, Asthaya, after taking Jagama, proceeded. So Hanuman proceeded on Vayumarga, on the sky. Father's path means what? Vayumarga. Vayumarga is the sky. Where will Vayu be? Akasha. So on Akasha. So through Akasha, he flew. So having left the mountain and the ocean behind, Hanuman leaped up into the sky for a long distance, attaining his father's path. He moved forward. That's the meaning. So essentially, Hanuman leaves the place. ततश्चोर्ध्वगतिं प्राप्य गिरिं तमवलोकयन् वायुसूनुर्निरालम्बे जगाम विमलेम्बरे together. ततश्चोर्ध्वगतिं प्राप्य गिरिं तमवलोकयन् वायुसूनुर्निरालम्बे जगाम विमलेम्बरे. Once more. ततश्चोर्ध्वगतिं प्राप्य गिरिं तमवलोकयन् वायुसूनुर्निरालम्बे जगाम विमलेम्बरे. Once more. ततश्चोर्ध्वगतिं प्राप्य गिरिं तमवलोकयन् वायुसूनुर्निरालम्बे जगाम विमलेम्बरे. Vayusunuhu, son of Vayu. Bhuyaha, again. Cha, and. Urdhvagatim, the high up path above. Prapya, having attained. Tam girim avalokayan, seeing that mountain. Avalokayan, seeing that mountain. Niralambe vimale ambare jagama. Niralambe, without any support. Vimale ambare, in the clear sky. Jagama, he went. So essentially, having reached a high altitude, Hanuman looked back and saw the mountain. Without any support, he merely vertically ascended and kept ascending and moved forward thereafter. Okay, so it was not like he needed anything to propel him up. He simply propelled himself up. Niralambe, without any support. That's a very, see, you can go straight like this, like a plane you can fly. But this is like literally take off. Instead of taking off from a height, now from a low height, he takes off to an elevation. So that's what is being told here. Urdhvagatim prapya, niralambe jagama. Without any support, he did a vertical takeoff. Okay. Tadvitiyam hanumato drishtva karma sudushkaram. Drishtva karma sudushkaram. Tadvitiyam hanumato drishtva karma sudushkaram. Tadvitiyam hanumato drishtva karma sudushkaram. Prashashamsu sura sarve. Prashashamsu sura sarve. Siddhascha paramarshayah. Siddhascha paramarshayah. Prashashansu sura sarve. Prashashansu sura sarve. Siddhascha paramarshayah. Siddhascha paramarshayah. Tadvitiyam hanumato drishtva karma sudushkaram. Tadvitiyam hanumato drishtva karma sudushkaram. Prashashansu sura sarve. Siddhascha paramarshayah. Prashashansu sura sarve. Siddhascha paramarshayah. Together. Tadvitiyam hanumato दृष्ट्वा कर्मसु दुष्करम् प्रशशंसु सुरा सर्वे सिद्धाश्च परमर्षयः. Once more. तद्वितीयं हनुमतो दृष्ट्वा कर्मसु दुष्करम् प्रशशंसु सुरा सर्वे सिद्धाश्च परमर्षयः. हनुमतः, हनुमान्स, षष्ठी विभक्ति एकवचनम, हनुमतः, हनुमान्स, तत् सुदुष्करम द्वितीयम कर्म, that सुदुष्करम, most difficult, द्वितीयम कर्म, second act, दृष्ट्वा, having seen, सर्वे सुराः, all the devas, siddhascha, and the siddhas, paramarshayah cha, the great rishis also, and prashashansuhu, praised. So having seen the second formidable act of the great Hanuman, the siddhas, the devas, and the great rishis praised him. Now question for everyone, what is the second great act of Hanuman?
Looking back at Mainaka after consoling.
After consoling him, looking back at Mainaka, huh?
Leaping up again for the second time.
Sorry?
Leaping up again in the sky.
Leaping up again in the sky. Okay, very good. Anybody else? How he dealt with Mainaka. Very good. How he dealt with Mainaka, says Shriya. So there are 2 points of view. This is exactly what the commentators also say. What many of you said initially, Joshika, etc. First, what did you say? Clear vertical ascent. After leaving Mainaka, without any support, clear vertical ascent. First time it was leaping. What is the first act? Leaping from the mountain and coming this far. First act. Second act, clear vertical ascent, says Tilaka. And then Govind Raja says, winning over Mainaka. Winning over Mainaka is what she also just now told. No? Winning over Mainaka, crossing the first obstacle, namely Mainaka. So this was a Dvitiyam Karma, says Govind Raja. Otherwise, both essentially what it means is Hanuman has done a wonderful thing so far by leaping up from the mountain and then coming this far. Second act, clear vertical ascent or winning over Mainaka, whichever it be, it was a great act. And this was praised by the Devas. Yeah, I hope the meaning is clear. Okay. We will stop here and we will continue in the, so we're now in 136. Next. So we'll continue in the next class. Stop share.